I just wanted to add to that, to the comfort level, and then what Alex is saying, that in the beginning of this meeting was the status. The counterpart is always looking at social media, comparing herself, and brings that complexity. So now you're bringing her desires into yours, so it's never enough, right? So I think that's what Ozzy just said. He said, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I have sex, we have a good house, we're good. But no, now she wants two cars because the neighbor has two cars, right? So I think that's part of where we're kind of stuck a little bit, in my opinion, because you said it at the beginning, Alex. They're always wanting us to grow, right? And status is a thing of growth, quality of life, right? So maybe that's kind of like the wild card there. As we go up in
It's
Maslow's.
not necessarily right. It's not necessarily the quality of life. It's because you can have anything you want, like nothing's stopping you. Question is a little different. With women, think of a radio, right? A radio is just a box. A radio only works when it begins to pick up signals from the outside, and then it transmits the signals to you, and you listen to it. Women are the same way. Women are a box. They pick up the signals from environment, from society, from the universe, whatever you want it to call, whatever you want it to be. But she picks up the signals, processes it, and then spits it back to you. I need this and this and this and that. You know those aren't her desires, right? You know she doesn't really need and want that. But she has she is as a black hole, as this empty box, she needs fulfillment. And unless you provide it to her, and unless you know how to build a very fulfilling relationship in your family, she will constantly be looking outside for it. And you're going to have a headache regardless of whether you do it on your own initiative or she brings it to you from the outside. You're going to have to work. That's the essence of relationship. Nature has created in such a way that men have to suffer. Men have to suffer by choice or by suffering. Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? Why do you need this when you already have that? Instead, we need to realize that let me draw a little more for you. Hold on one second. Share whiteboard. Okay, let me delete everything we've done so far. Clear. Clear all drawings. Okay. So this is where we are. Again, I like pyramids and triangles, so this is what we're going with. Right now, when we met, this is me. And this is her, right? We'll give her a nice dress. Um, and we are miles apart emotionally. Emotionally, distance, just emotional distance, not how physically close we are, emotional distance, me from her. We have some chemistry, but that means absolutely nothing because nature creates hormone, and through these hormones, we're able to just conquer the world in these few, the first 6 months, you're like in euphoria land. This is credit from nature for you to invest into this relationship. That's all it is. After that, we are miles apart, like light years apart. And whether you believe in nature, evolution, spirituality, God, whatever your belief is, it doesn't matter. The fact is that for me to discover who I am, like I heard the psychologist say it very nicely, girls are born as women. From day one, she's a complete and total perfect woman. Like she doesn't need to change anything. If you saw little girls, you know that's true. They're already women. They tell you what to do. They tell you what they want. Like from day one, she's a complete woman. Osvaldo is laughing. He probably has girls. Um, two. There you go. So you know it's true. For boys, it's different. And do you know the difference? A boy is not a man. For a boy to be a man, he has to meet conflict and overcome. And that space he creates in the overcoming, that he earns a little bit of manhood, that he earns confidence that he can overcome, that he can handle tough situations by himself. That's why I have a little boy. He's going to be 6 years old in November. From day one, when he fell, I did not run up to him. I said, "You get up first, and then I'll cuddle. You have to get up first." When he's like getting frustrated, when he does, like, he's trying with some Legos, or he doesn't figure it out, and he begins to get mad, I'm like, "Calm down. Let's try to figure it out," because he needs to be coached through the overcoming. But the overcoming is his own, and he needs to feel those frustrations. What I was coddled when I was a child, I still remember that. I love my grandfather to death, but when we went outside, just me and him, every single thing, I was like 4 or 5 maybe. Um, but I remember it so vividly. I wanted to go and I wanted to climb and I wanted to just do all these things. And his thing was like, "Don't go there, don't touch that, you're gonna get hurt, don't do this." And the message that I got from it was this: you are not capable of handling what's gonna come to you. This is the worst message a boy can get. Because then he is raised and grown and grows up with the feeling that he's not capable of handling what's inside of him. We need to get hurt. We need to get our knees skinned. We need to get pummeled. We need to get all of these different experiences, because experiences help us grow, help us develop, help us feel confident, help us feel that we can conquer the world, help us feel like fierce leaders in the family too, in the relationship. We need this. This is why men love sport. They live through it. This is why men love go shooting, right? You feel like a man. This is why men go hunting, because they begin to, that there is some sport to it. There is a game. You need to implement some skill. You can get better at it. That's why we do all of these things, because internally we have a need to develop, to grow. We need to set challenges before ourselves. It doesn't matter if you like to paint and you wanna paint instead of like a stick figure, you want to paint a more, vivid picture, or, it can be whatever. But you just have to find what it is and begin to invest into it. Like, you have to create, we have to create ourselves. We have to create ourselves. And this is what does it mean to be an alpha male? It doesn't mean you're the biggest and the baddest man just alive walking and everybody is like terrified of you. So back to those